The Clean Air Act was abolished after it was ruled irrelevant due to post-World War III fallout.
Hey, Tex. How's your case progressing? Let me check. I can confirm that Mason Bowers has been a registered guest here. Sorry, Tex. I'm not allowed to give out any more information than that. If I could smell, I'm pretty sure he would stink. Always looks like he's up to something unsavory. That crusty old perv is always coming in here trying to get a peek at my underpixels. I think the kid who works here has a crush on me. Maybe one of these days I'll rock his little world. The Ritz landlord? Seems like he may have a couple of screws loose, but nice enough. Yeah, I've seen this woman in here. In fact, she picked up a piece of mail that's been delivered here. I might be able to get a name or address for you. Let me see if I have an image of the envelope. Yep, got it. I'll print it out for you.
Holly sends the information about the mystery woman to my smart Alex, and I get a new location on the map. It's on the coast near Monterey. Whoever owns this place has mucho dinero. Whoa. I get in my speeder and realize I'm very wobbly and my vision's pretty fuzzy. I realize it's finally time to get this head wound checked out and some professional input on what's happened to me. Now's as good a time as any. I call a cab, and I'm on my way to the North Hill Clinic.
Where are you headed?
North Hill Clinic.
Well, I better step on it. You look like you're in pretty bad shape. Your eyes are really bloodshot.
Yeah, you should see it from this side.
Live around here?
Yeah, I do. The Ritz.
I've heard there's a lot of Morlocks in that area.
Morlocks?
That's what they call them. Some new, crazy type of mutant.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard rumors that they're attacking people.
On Chandler Avenue?
Just rumors. But you never know. Things could get worse, sir. Sorry. I just wanted to let you know I was packing heat up here. Didn't mean to freak you out.
That's fine. It's just the last time I got a ride from someone, they shot me, so I'm a little jumpy. It's a nice gun, by the way. I used to have one just like it.
I've had this for a long time. Some idiot threw it out his window.
The head wound is painful for sure. Maybe this Dr. Donahue can help me sort things out.
Taylor warned me you might be a problem patient.
Jenga.
I'm just gonna assume you've got some head trauma. See what's going on.
Weird question for you. Is there any way to tell whether I'm dreaming or not?
Do you want to know if you're dreaming right now? Yep, you're awake. So tell me what happened.
I woke up a few hours ago with this goose egg on my head and an injection mark on my arm. I've got no idea how I got them. As a matter of fact, I have no idea about anything over the past 7 years.
You took a pretty good shot to the head. Enough to knock you out, maybe cause some short-term memory loss, but not for 7 years. Let's see that mark on your arm. I think we'll need to draw some blood. Everything on your form accurate?
Mostly, I think I forgot to mention that I'm allergic to needles.
Well, I'm guessing your bloodstream's full of cholesterol and toxins, but I'm sure we'll find something else there, too. Have you ever had an implant?
Look, I just want my figure to be in proportion.
Well, that injection mark concerns me, but I don't want to speculate. I would really like to keep you overnight for observation. You mind waiting around until we figure this out?
Sorry, Doc. I'm a detective, not a waiter. I need to ask you a few questions, and then I'm out of here.
Let's just keep this professional, shall we? I don't think you could do much better. And yes, I mean that the way it sounded. I believe he runs a diner over on Telegraph Hill. I've dealt with many cases of amnesia, but nothing exactly like this.
After leaving North Hill, I get a cab ride back to my office. After a while, I'm feeling a little better, so I hop in my speeder and head out to the address of the mystery woman, who I hope can give me info on Mason Bowers.
Nice, this is more like it. Fun fact, this is a former vacation home for 3 James Bond villains. Goldfinger! Wah, wah, wah.
This house belongs in a tax bracket that I'm most unfamiliar with. This house belongs in a tax bracket that I'm most unfamiliar with. There's a door. This coffee table's a special design. It's got a hidden drawer. That's not my style. Hello. Well, one man's trash is a PI's clue. This coffee table's a special design. It's got a hidden drawer. Barrels make any interior space look more rugged. Cigarettes. Yummy. Hey, smoke no more cigarettes. I hear they have a smoking deterrent system built right into the cigarette.
Hey, buddy! Do you know 1,000 people stop smoking every day by dying, you moron? Kissing you would be like licking an ashtray. Get it, dumbass? Hey, did you know that you and I are similar? We both are certified butthead. No, don't kill me. Have mercy.
Well, the system's about as effective as other systems I've tried. But I'll keep these in case I have a smoking emergency. Hello. The 8 lost rules of etiquette. Rule number 1, a friendly greeting could open doors for you. Seems Mason was treating someone with serious facial deterioration. Baseball card? Heh, used to collect these as a kid. Now I collect past due notices. Well, let's see here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 chairs. Now that was a terrible year for wine. Well, there's Waldo. Now that was a terrible year. Say hello to my little friends. Seems sturdy. Yeah, just some books. The soothing, sultry siren song of Red Cat. Staring at this picture is more exciting than watching a game of baseball. Must be a Barry Bonds baseball. It's got an asterisk on it. Reminds me of the time I tried to cook meatloaf. Well, this looks cheap. A collector's edition of Matt Q-Base Tyler baseball card. I wouldn't dare thieve that. Yeah, just some books. Isn't that DeForest Bunny from Night of the Lepus? Nothing I can use. Hey, bada bada bada. Who sells seashells by the seashore? Hats. The only real cure for baldness. Well, that might come in handy. Classic. These baseball cards are great collectibles. Now that's my kind of book. Oh, it's like a villain from a terrible B movie. Mollusks beware. There's a door. This bunny makes me laugh. He's hilarious. This bird has flown. Nice. Pillaging must be one of their hobbies. Light bulbs. I can't think of a greater genius than Edison. Really, I can't. My best guess? That's a door. If the owner's ventriloquist dummy's in here, I'm gonna be very upset. I hate retro things. Oh, perfect for watching someone while they sleep. Perfect place to keep a midnight snack. I don't know if I get the open concept between these two bedrooms. It's a Mike and Ike Hammer candy comic, Sleep with a Swedish Fish. Put this in my comic book rack collection in my office. Hello, what's this? Looks like another room behind this wall, but how do I open it? Well, no big bad wolf will be getting in here. Well, if I ever need to step up, I'm coming back for you. Vertical stripes make these chairs look taller than they actually are. Well, I see they like to keep things hot in the bedroom. Must have gotten these from the Big and Tall Curtain store. It's just a plant. Now I could use that. Nice place to get all warm and snuggly. If the owner's ventriloquist dummy's in here, I'm gonna be very upset. What's this? An old Zoom portable music device. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, my mom got me one of these while all the other kids were getting iPads and iPods. I remember just how I felt that day. Wonder what happened to it. Oh yeah, now I remember. I think that's upside down. I find this illuminating. In the immortal words of Goldilocks, this chair is just right. The table's all wobbly. Ah, the Deep Freeze 3000. You can basically cryogenically freeze a guy in one of these. Magnets. How do they work? Really? They found someone to eat this crap? Tried to make a hard-boiled egg using one of these. That was a big mistake. That's a terrible place for a petri dish. This petri dish is encrusted with all sorts of gunk. I'll need to clean it off to see what's underneath here. Classic. These baseball This coffee's been out here for days. Never, ever stick your hand in a toaster. Yep, that's a sink. Not much of a view. Cookies? Nope, just flour. Tasty. Salty. Most of the stuff's expired. You can really judge a person by the kind of groceries they buy. Standard groceries, and none of them look very edible. It's no good to me without alcohol. It's no good to me. I've always learned the hard way that the stove gets hot. I really should look into getting a kitchen for my apartment. King Twinkie is the only royalty I recognize. Really? They found some... Well, judging by all this fiber, the owner has digestive issues. All this investigating makes me hungry. Well, that might come in handy. There's a door. Boy, I try not to look directly into a mirror because it's kind of bad for my self-esteem. Boy, I try not to look directly in. My landlord always reminds me that indoor plumbing is a privilege, not a right. Ah, a remembrance of a much simpler time. I find this very illuminating. Keep out of reach of children. Oh, banana flavor. Oh, I always put out fresh towels for my guests. I mean, if I had any. Lord knows I could use a plunger at my place. Another Mike and Ike Hammer candy comic. Gumdrops and lollipops. I'll put this in my comic book rack collection in my office. Tsunami! Well, one man's trash is a PI's clue. Rummaging through trash cans can be considered a low point in some people's lives, but not mine. Rub-a-dub-dub. No bidet? Sick. Tsunami! Tsunami! Surely, after all we've been through, you would not turn against me and turn to her. Looks like someone with the initial T was doubting Mason's allegiance. Yeah, I believe that's a towel. Let's see, that says B-A-B. Oh, bath. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar, if you know what I mean. Now I could use that. This frame needs 9 baseball cards. Yeah, that's about the only sailboat I could afford. There's just no accounting for good taste. Wrong form of its. Come on, people. Oh, sure, that seems impressive. but I bet you it wasn't nearly as difficult as obtaining my PI license from an entire summer of night school. No, that's not important. It takes a man of exquisite taste to truly appreciate a pleather chair. There's just no accounting for good taste. Oh, I don't think a lot of studying went on in here with that flat-screen TV on the wall. It's past due notice, something I'm intimately familiar with. There's a past due notice here.
You're late, you bum!
Note to self, check and make sure I made my speeder payment. Hoping to find more information about why sleazy PI Carlos Maldonado has been keeping an eye on my place leads me to a swanky beach house where I'm delighted and surprised to meet an incredibly beautiful woman inside a home medical office. Unfortunately for me, the feeling is not mutual, and she's accompanied by a very lethal friend.
Freeze. What are you doing here?
Well, we had such a charming conversation on the vidphone, I knew I had to meet you. Now I'm rethinking that.
You don't remember me, do you?
Well, I wish I did. Does that count?
We met just once, years ago. So did you really come here looking for me? Or are you here for Mason?
I'm sorry. The correct answer is C, all of the above. I came here to find you, but it's Mason I'm looking for.
Well, you'll have to make do with me. Mason isn't here.
So how do you know Mason?
In the biblical sense, I'm his wife, Ariel Bowers.
When was the last time you saw him?
Over a month ago.
No kidding. A wife like you, I'm surprised he ever leaves the house.
We've been legally separated for over a month. He has issues, erratic behavior, periods of deep depression. It got to be too much.
Psychological problems, huh? What are we talking here? He ties his shoe for an hour, or he walks into Burger Barn with dynamite in his pants?
I think it was just a reaction to stress. His work kept him away for weeks at a time.
So I heard your husband was a neurologist, like a brain surgeon or something.
Or something, yes. He worked in neurochemistry, how chemicals influence neural operations.
So who's he working for now?
Mason never talked about his work, even before we separated. But we stayed in touch. This was the longest he ever went without calling me. I got worried and came here. I found Maldonado's number and called to see if he knew anything.
Yeah, well, Maldonado's not going to be able to help us much because he's dead. Is that who you were coming to see on Chandler Avenue?
Yes, that's right. What happened to him?
Well, I'm not sure, but I'm trying to find out. But the trail seems to lead through your husband, who, by the way, I believe has been abducted.
Abducted? Now I'm worried sick. What are we going to do?
Well, to start with, if you could think of anything that could help me out here to find him, that would be a big help.
I will. Feel free to look around here. I wish I could stay and help, but I'll give you my number so you can call me later. And sorry about the gun to the head thing.
Oh, it's okay. I've just got one of those faces. Probably look better with a hole in it. I have my doubts about Ariel Bauer's motivation. She certainly seems to have an agenda which includes more than just her husband's well-being. What's she up to?
Hubba, hubba. Whew. Is it hot in here, or did my internal fan just crash?
Well, it feels like I'm being played for a sap.
Oh, come on. She's just getting ready to play the field. I'd like to bring her over for a debugging session.
Okay, enough. Yeah, that's not important. Looking at medical posters always gives me the heebie-jeebies. He's looking a little under the weather. The synaptic snafu and other neurology misadventures. Now that sounds like fun reading. You'd need a PhD to understand any of these books. Well, I wonder what's on this little device. Looks like Carlos Maldonado was trying to get a hold of Mason about someone named Margaret Leonard. Just the place to conduct some business. If I found a flash drive, I could connect it to the video screen. This cabinet might have something interesting in it. Looking at medical posters always gives me the heebie-jeebies. This table? A little small for my taste. Man, that is so cool. My business card? How did Mason Bowers get this? Nothing I can use. This looks like a good bathroom read. Sometimes I feel a little creepy with how many drawers I rummage through. You'd need a PhD to understand any of these books. Oh, what a very hospitable guest room. Looking at medical posters always gives me the heebie-jeebies. Yoink! I'm sure these MRI pictures are showing me something. Well, it's a microscope, and you'd need one of these just to see Rook's sense of humor. This cabinet needs a 3-digit code to open. I'll need to type in a numeric code to open this safe. Looking at medical posters always gives me the heebie-jeebies. Unfortunately, it's not the Tunnel of Love. I'm sure these MRI pictures are showing me something. I got a feeling that's not a crochet needle. Just looking at this gives me an icky feeling. You don't have to put on the red light. This memory stick probably works on the computer in Bowers' MRI room. Maldonado was tracking down a woman named Margaret Leonard for Bowers.